Maddie.
And I know I have talked to y'all for a while. So I'm Tiffany.
Before we get started, while we're talking, we're just gonna have everybody put their parent info, like name, number, and stuff like that. Just so I know we have the Facebook page, but it makes it easier. So we're really excited about season. Y'all's kids are awesome. Like we love coaching them, and we're just going over a few rules for competition and just stuff we're gonna go through throughout season. So the mock meet we're having, I know for those of you that have had the pre-3 show off, so this is a little different. So we're not gonna have you guys going out on the floor. It's gonna be an actual meet, so y'all are gonna be in the stands, and we're gonna have, before we have like judges, but you know, they just kind of gave scores, but this time we're gonna have actual judges giving scores, and the kids won't get the scores. They're just kind of for us to see where they're at. Meet etiquette. So at meets, sorry, I'm like the worst at talking in front of people.
You're doing great.
The parents are expected to, this is kind of just the general rules in general, to represent Texas Dreams in a good manner. So when you're in the stands, make sure you're not talking about other people's kids or like, oh, did you see that? Because you never know who's next to you, and you're representing Texas Dreams, and you want to be supportive of all kids. You know, like if somebody's falling, sometimes, you know, the whole crowd will like, you know, clap or whatever. You just want to be really good support. And I say a lot, I'm sorry. Parents,
It's good practice for your speech.
I know, I somehow I passed that with an A. I don't think it was a real thing. But parents' involvement with the meets. So when you get to a meet, you're going to drop your kid off, and they're not going to come sit with you in the stands unless, of course, a coach isn't there yet. But as soon as one coach from Texas Dreams is there, you're just going to sit with them. You'll just send your kid out on the floor, and it doesn't matter if it's your kid's coach or not, because we've all coached them, and that's just where we're going to meet. And then y'all will stay off the floor and make sure that y'all stay for all the awards. It's a Texas Dreams rule that no matter if you're the first person to go on the award stand or the last person, we stay and we support everybody there. And and for pickup after awards, you will everybody will like crowd through the middle of the floor, and sometimes you'll be able to go to the floor. If not, we'll walk the kids, of course, to the parents. And
Yeah, this summer has been actually great with that we've all been with all of them. Like we've all kind of, with me being gone a lot, or like Trey being gone a lot, it's just, and the team's kind of intermixing with days, so the kids are comfortable with all of us, which is a plus. So when, like she said, if one of us are not there, I'm sure they'll see Sam, they'll see Katie, they'll see somebody, and it's okay for them to go with them, because we're all level 3, we're all Texas Dreams, and they all apparently, like, you can tell.
we're gonna be like
there's gonna be a lot more peacocks out there than there is anything else. So I don't think it'll be hard to find any. And definitely make sure that you know where you're going. Double check the map the day of, the day before, the week before, and give yourself enough time to get there, so that like Sam was saying, we don't want to have to scratch events because you're late, and you can't just go whenever. They have a set schedule that they have to follow.
When does, I'm so sorry, but when do they usually have the time that our kids, and days that our kids will be
They said
competing?
2 weeks prior to the actual meet. They should.
I work weekends, so if I have 2 weeks, I can
Oh yeah.
figure out that time.
Right.
And
I
they
think
did it.
the first one, like I've already looked up, because I saw the first one, Impact. I'm like, where in the heck is that? I think that one's in Alito, if I found the right one. So that's kind of, to me, that's kind of
Last
So
season,
don't try to work on the day we're in the lead. Okay.
yeah, it's very frustrating, especially like, you know, parent and athlete. It's very frustrating and like stressful when it's the day of. And from last season, there was a couple meets that, I mean, I'm not the best with directions, but there was a couple meets where it was just like really weird, and you take all these back roads, and then it's kind of like stuff in the middle of nowhere, and it's really weird to
find, even if you have the address and you're using your GPS.
And I think carpooling too, like if you can't get one, I don't think, drive anybody, but you guys, if you wanna get together, carpooling. Cause I know for me, like as a parent with my other kid in his sports, I like rely on that, getting him to his baseball games.
For the mock meet, oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I'm trying to think of like what
Yeah, no,
else
you
I was
could-
supposed to say, but you're
For
good.
the mock meet, like I know, I think Reese is supposed to be here Monday morning pretty early. How long do you expect that to go?
I
I
would,
think they said at least 2.5
Yeah.
hours.
Okay, and then will they still have practice that night?
yeah, practice,
Okay.
no practice. Oh, also, Tiffany and I think all of you guys know, we both have this team, and then we have our other level 3 teams. So at meets, there might be times where I'm running across the meet and I'm with my other group, and then Tiffany's with them, or we'll just be switching back and forth. And the kids will be fine with that. They've had me on all 4 events, they've had Tiffany on all 4 events, and so it'll be fine. We just wanted to let y'all know, so y'all know why we're running back and forth the whole time. And attire, make sure the shoes are white. It doesn't have to be all white, like shoes like this would be fine. Just cause they want the kids to look all uniform. No nail polish, no jewelry except for like stud earrings, like just small ones like these, not this many, but small ones. And then if your child wears underwear, that's totally fine. Just make sure it's nude underwear, or if they're, wearing bras or anything, just make sure it's a nude colored bra, just because if it comes out and it's like bright pink or something like that, they'll get a deduction for it, which is unfortunate, but yeah. And hair, make sure there's no like little flyaways anywhere, just make sure it's all slicked back. And if they had like super long hair, I would say to put it in a bow. I don't know if there's still a rule, but if they had like a ponytail last year, they wanted it to look nice and not just like hanging out, yeah. Either a bun or a braid or curl it or something like that.
Higher, so that
Yeah.
they're not rolling back on their
Yeah,
head.
'cause the backward
Ones up
roll.
here.
Yeah. And also, I don't know if y'all know about the ribbon thing. The girls that's all they could talk about when we had questions. The leotards don't come with scrunchies or anything like that. And last year, one of the coaches made these hair ribbons, just a ponytail with some ribbons around them, and she brought them. I'm gonna be making them this year. If you want them, you can get them. They're just $2 just for like material and stuff like that. But if you don't wanna get them, you don't have to. It's just another thing to keep the girls uniform, but it's not a requirement. And then their bags, so the girls were all like, can we bring a different bag or do we keep this one? And they have to use the Texas Streams bag. And in their bags, they can have a snack, just make sure it's not like chips or something that's gonna make a bunch of crumbs and a big mess. Just make sure it's like grapes or like a granola bar. Yeah, and water. Last year we had some kids bringing like Subway sandwiches and stuff like that, and we had to kind of lay that back a little bit. But yeah, and sometimes the waters will spill, so just if you want to, you can put it inside like a giant gallon bag and then put the water inside of it just in case it spills, but not a requirement. And then,
I know on the Facebook page they mentioned getting their names
yes,
put on, is that okay?
yeah, 100%. A lot of girls do that.
Ashley was going to, Gianna's mom, was going to collect them all and do it, so I know Emily's is not in, Audrey's is not in,
Oh.
Giada's is not in, Corey's is not in, and I think there's a couple others that don't have backpacks right now. So it's not gonna be done by mock meet, cause if
Well,
we
yeah.
group it all together, it's cheaper. But, so we figure as soon as we get them all in, we'll send them to Coppell, whatever Bloom it
Yeah.
is.
But you might wanna tie like a bow or something around, like I
Yeah.
tied a string
Yeah.
around just until their names are on it, like,
Mhm.
'cause that's
Yeah.
what I did with my
Oh,
other
and
daughter,
write
so
their
we could.
names
In
in the
their
warm-ups.
yes.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
they will get mixed up. They're all the same. They're all little tiny warm-ups. So everybody's like, "That's my pants," and then it's a whole
Yeah.
thing.
Like
So yeah, just that's a good idea to do. And then make sure communicating with. Just know that y'all can always communicate with the coaches. If there's injuries we need to know about, if the kids are realistic, especially for a meet. I think once we know the schedule, is it 2 weeks in advance, Sam said?
Mm-hmm.
So, right about when you know when the meet's gonna be, if you know your child's not gonna be able to make it because of something, let us know, because then we'll be able to waive the cost. I don't know about completely, I don't really know. I
Mariah
don't do
just
payment
says, like,
stuff,
as
but-
long as the money is still here within Texas Streams and not sent off to the meet yet, she can get you your money back. Once it's sent off to the meet, it's hit or miss.
Yeah.
So the sooner the better, you know, letting us know, if something happens and you can't be there.
And even if it's like, if they're throwing up the morning of or whatever, unfortunately you won't get your money back, but let us know, like, if you're not gonna be able to make it, just so we're not just like.
We don't
being
think
at the
you're
door
stuck
the
in
whole time.
traffic,
Yeah.
or something.
Trying to like distract everybody from getting started with the rest of the meet.
Mhm.
But, also skill development throughout the season. Not everybody has all their skills yet, which is perfectly fine, that's exactly what we expect. This is what happens every year. Especially the round-up back handspring, we are gonna start working more of that, after the mock meet, and we're not expecting them to get it maybe within mid-season, but that's not something we're rushing. We're really trying to work on technique and stuff like that, because once they're done with level 3, they're gonna be adding another back handspring for level 4, and if you don't start the first part of the skill, when you start building, when you're in upper levels, it's gonna be a lot tougher and it's not gonna be as clean. So we're really trying to work on that technique first. And, y'all have y'all's team rep, and then y'all's parent info, and then, yeah, we hit all the bullet points. So do y'all have any questions?
One thing they said, cause I was I have another one on level 4, but to look at the website for what time to be there and all
Yes.
that
Like,
stuff.
on the
Yes.
Texas Streams
So like,
site.
cause I know emails can sometimes be, they don't go through or
Yeah.
whatever, so if you
Yeah.
can, so especially like when you're looking and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you already know that, cause you
And
have
then
to.
whatever
Like-
time you're told to be at the meet, another thing, Texas Streams rule, not our rule, be there at least 15 minutes early, just to have a little
Band time.
relaxing room.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Marching band time.
Marching.
Yes. So-
Are we placement or achievement, or is that applicable in USAG?
We
We're-
are, wait, wait, no,
No, we're
achievement, sorry.
achievement. Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
Most likely they will do that, and then after.
Prime is placement.
Yeah,
Okay.
so after, we'll finish like part of our season, and then we'll have a pretty big break, and then January or
I think
February
January,
is when
end of
that is.
January is prime, and then WOGA
WOGA.
is after that, which is the
Okay.
placement
Yeah.
too.
And then, yeah, so all of them will be achievement until then, unless something crazy happens, I don't know.
That's a dumb question, what's the difference?
I didn't know until last year when I started
I
doing
guess
this,
it's
so.
kinda new too.
It is, so achievement is like, yay, everybody did awesome.
Everybody gets a ribbon.
Everybody gets a ribbon.
Okay.
And, I mean, it's still the same thing, you still get judged, you still get scores, and,
And
you
the
know,
different
you know.
color ribbons stand for different scores.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then placement, and that's where you'll have first place, second place, third place, stuff like that. So, we'll still have the award stuff, and then we'll get a medal, it just won't
It's
be.
as a team though, it's a collective, as
Well-
a team for the achievement, whereas placement, it can be pulled out individually, right?
Yes, but it's a little different because each kid will get to go on the awards by themselves, so they'll all get to go on for first place, take a picture, get their medal, and then they'll get to walk off. And then I can't remember or not if we have a team award
Mm.
for placement or if it's just like each kid for themselves.
And Mariah explained to me when they're in, achievement,